Anena jnanamapnoti samsararnavanashanam tasmadevam viditvainam kaivalyam phalamashnute kaivalyam phalamashnuta iti anena jnanamapnoti samsararnavanashanam tasmadevam viditvainam kaivalyam phalamashnuta iti. Almost like an abrupt end. I have done. Get out. There is no room for handshake here. Done. Out you go. Abruptly it ends. Iti. That's it. This. Iti. Thus. By this he attains wisdom which destroys the ocean of samsara. I'm glad I spoke about samsara, the birth-death cycle. Again he says, Tasmat, Rajima, Tasmat, therefore, thus having known this, viditva. Viditva refers to jnanam, apnoti, one who attains that wisdom. Thus having known refers to the wisdom that you have attained, mentioned in the first line. He attains the fruit of liberation. Kaivalyam phalamashnuta. And again repeats, Kaivalyam phalamashnuta iti. Whenever a line or a phrase is repeated twice, that is the end of the text. This is Upanishadic tradition followed by all gurus, irrespective of which Veda, which era these texts were spoken, because the four Vedas, Yajurveda, Rigveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda, the various Upanishads fall under various Vedic texts spoken by different gurus in different times. All of these were compiled by the great Vyasa. He compiled them. It was not there in the original form. But all of them follow this tradition. So the last line, he attains the fruit of liberation. He attains the fruit of liberation. Means conclusion. That's it. So the word anena, by this, thanks Gayatri Ma, by this means the Guru's advice which was given in the previous mantra, which is to absorb Shatarudriya, embark on the process of manana, not just attending classes. Sai, is not the question of whether I'm attending the class or not. This week I've attended. I tick mark to myself. Appa, I don't have to be responsible if Guruji asks, where am I? I have shown my face to him also. He is not reporting at office, Madhuri. Enti. Have I swiped my card? I have registered. What I do thereafter is secondary. Am I registered in the office? It's not like that, Sai. You come to the class, but it is only the beginning. It's like you enter the office, but thereafter you have a long day of demanding work and you have to do justice to that, isn't it? In fact, as we say, ignorance is bliss. If you did not know, you have nothing to do. Having known, there's so much needs to be done. Since you already have the know-how of this wisdom, you have to do what? You have to absorb it.
Bring that change into our lives, not the theory.
Not mere theory. Correct. I know your journey is on. I know all our journeys are on, but never lose that focus. Tasma, therefore, you study this philosophy, you reach a state of sannyasa, then you reach a state of dhyana, meditation, and then you go to realization. This is the order. Study. I am not imagining. You go and you read the last few mantras and conclusion here. You study the wisdom, even these two mantras, study the wisdom, you reach a state of sannyasa, the highest ashrama, which I've said, and then you come to the penultimate state of dhyana, which he doesn't mention it, but that's a gateway to realization, and then you attain realization. And one who attains realization, what happens to him? Setuji, what happens to one who has attained realization in the context of the verse? We can describe it in many ways, but one who attains this state of wisdom, How does the mantra say this? What is the benefit of that? Gayatri Ma, the verse Tiripi Podungo. It might help Setuji. I want to know what is the benefit of attaining this wisdom?
This, it destroys the ocean of samsara. No more birth, death.
Samsararnava Nashanam. Correct, sir. The ocean of samsara, birth and death gets destroyed. Ilya, what do you mean by that?
I merge with the source.
He qualifies that as ocean of samsara. Why he says ocean of samsara? Sagaram. Samsara Arnava. Arnava.
Samsara is, you get this, it's a huge, samsara means the world, which is illusion.
Huge in the sense you can make a samsara out of anything in the world. Watch out.
Bhutas also, all these.
Everything is a samsara. So the ocean only means that anything you can make a samsara and get bound by it. So be ever watchful. That's what it is. So to be so sure that I'm doing and not getting bound by it, not get carried by it, requires profound wisdom. As I am here doing what I need to do, things may have gone well, things may not have gone well. To understand that I should not get carried away with it, I need to bank on my wisdom to ensure that I don't get carried away with it. If I'm not grounded, I'll be blown away.
Even while doing obligatory duties.
Oh, yes. That we cannot, sir, as we refer to the 6th chapter of the Gita, the performance of duty and renouncing the fruit has to go on. He is a sannyasi. The abandoning of duties is never called for in the Shastras. Never. Even in the highest Upanishadic text, they endorse it. So don't resign from activity. In the name of spirituality, don't take VRS from the various roles you play. VRS from this, VRS from that. Why? Because I want to become spiritual. Hey, spirituality na anga poi vela seipa. Do your work there. Being there, you are not bound by it. That is sannyasi, not voluntary retirement from activities on the world. No, that is not. You may choose not to associate because you want not to dissipate your energy. That's another thing. That is not voluntary retiring. If an activity you find is dissipative, which I found yesterday's activity was dissipative. I would not have done anything here, but I found it's a drain of my energy. It's not the physical tiredness, it's a mental. I can't do anything, they're just stuck. It's an absolute dissipation, but nothing to take away from their excellent performance and what they could capture. And the last conclusion, what they came was, after 2 hours of seeing that show, the words they used was, this world is Maya, go within and find happiness. What was that word? Simon.
Selmona. Selmona, Simona.
Simon. But I don't know what that word means though. So Simon means look, she just said, look within, go inside and find happiness. Is not in the 7 worlds, they're trying to depict. It was a theatrical play of depicting the 7 worlds, and they search and go out in search for happiness, and the story, she say, end of the day saying, it is all Maya. Don't get lost in it. As Setuji said, Maya, happiness enge. Go within, entire I don't know how many of them left with that message, but I could relate to it. I sit 2 hours and see something, and maybe that way it's a reminder. It's all Maya, pa. That's what I was telling Rajima. Enna solrama, Maya da solranga ellame. It was nice, very nice. Not to take away anything from that, but to ensure it takes a lot of wisdom not to get carried away. A lot of wisdom. Otherwise, samsara. That's why he says you can get bound in more than one way. So better watch out. And what protects you is adhite, shatarudriya adhite. The reflection, absorption of shatarudriya or Vedanta protects you from this samsara, which is what he's saying. By this refers to what said in the previous mantra. So that nitya smarana, we are not at the level where we can do once and get rid of it. We are at the level where we need to remind constantly. Therefore, you need to do pratasmarami hridi samsfuradatma tattvam satchit sukham paramaham sagatim turiyam yat swapna jagara sushuptam aveti nityam tad brahma nishkalamaham nacha bhuta sangha. To get to that state of tad brahma nishkalamaham nacha bhuta sangha, you need to do pratasmarami every day, rest of your life. Don't miss that. Where you are, that hour is your precious hour, your time. Don't sacrifice that for anything. It's not worth sacrificing, including this morning. Slept at 11:30, got up at 4 o'clock. Not worth sacrificing this time for anything in life. Anything. I'm not impressing. I'm only trying to reiterate. All right. So this marks the end of the beautiful, inspiring text, Kaivalyopanishad. Kaivalyam, as you know, literally means liberation. That liberation. That alone, liberation alone, Kaivalyam. So the Guru has been so true to the text, to the title, inspired us to consider liberation as your purpose. The first mantra, please. Let's all chant together, please. Athashvalayano bhagavantam parameshthinamupasametya uvacha adhihi bhagavan brahma vidyam varishtham sada sadbhis sevyamanam nigudham yaya chirat sarva papam vyapohya parat param purusham yati vidhwan. My salutations and prostrations to the Guru on behalf of each one of us. I prostrate and grateful to the profound wisdom these men have left for us to pursue and evolve. What would happen without their wisdom? Alas, humanity will be groping in darkness. You know, I feel so much that I want to shed a tear. That's the feeling I have. I don't know about you all, but it's a life savior. Spiritual life savior. These gurus are all that.